Hello, everyone. Thanks again for joining. It's Greg Coburn here from ROMC, and I wanted to show you today through our purchasing procedures that we can record purchases into ROMC. Why are we talking about purchases? Why do you care about purchases as an OMC? Doesn't the agent look after all of that for you? Yes, but remember, this is your data. And if you can see this data, it gives you a bit more accountability in what's happening. And if there's tools in here that can help the agent to be more effective, it means they're going to have more time to work with you on maintaining your property. So on to purchases. We want to create a purchase invoice. We bought something. Here's the purchase invoice. You can see all of my purchase invoices. And usually when I come in here, the first thing I want to see is everything that's outstanding. So that's all the money that's outstanding at the moment. And I can see what invoices are there that are awaiting approval, most of them. And what's been approved. There's nothing to approve at the moment. So invoices for approval, and the directors might go through and say, okay, approve that invoice and approve that invoice. And let's get another one in there. Approve that invoice, approved. Now we can see approved invoices. That's what I need to put on my payment run. These are what needs to get paid this month. These amounts are going to go out to these suppliers. It should be quite quick to get that done now. So if I'm creating a purchase invoice, I create the new purchase invoice. And whenever I pick a supplier, the system is a little bit smart. If I'm selecting a supplier for the first time, I'm going to have to say how this is going to get allocated. But when I select a supplier, if it's anybody I've done business with before, it goes, last time they did general repairs for you. Do you want it to be? Yeah, it probably is going to be the same thing again, isn't it? So I just need to say it's invoice 1 from Citywide, and the amount €360. And it's quite nice to add a file in there. You can add a file in there. That means that I can very easily, let me add something in there. I don't have anything, but I can add a file in there, which is a copy of the invoice, so that the accountant, I don't have to keep all of the invoices in a big folder for the accountant at the end of the year, and I'll try and reconcile it. It can see when the directors are going to approve it, or when the property manager is going to approve the invoice, they can see the invoice. We've got a copy of it here attached to it when you hit the approve button. And then we save that into system, and it's going to do the appropriate debits and credits into the system for you. Makes it pretty easy to get the invoices in. Now we'll go to create another invoice. I don't know if you're familiar with the idea of purchase prepayments, but if I am doing something like insurance, it does know that for the insurance, I'm not going to do the director's liability, for the buildings insurance, there's special accounting that you need to do around the purchase of insurance, because you're prepaying it and it's supposed to be written down. It's supposed to be shown as an asset at the end of the year that you're prepaid. It's a complicated business. When you're putting in the invoice in ROMC, all you need to know is that you put it in, and it won't let you save it because it needs to know, because it's insurance, what's the date range that this is going to apply to. So this policy is going to be from the 1st of June to the 31st of May next year. And I attached the copy of the invoice in there, and it's doing all the fancy accounting for me. It's doing the prepayments and writing down the expenses. You don't need to care about it. Just know you're making life easier for the accountant. The accountant will be able to focus on higher value activities, and you're saving time with the entry of the invoices. So that's the purchase invoice in there, and we save that into the system. Oftentimes we don't have time. We get the purchase invoice in and we don't have time to figure out what exactly it is. So we just want to get it in. It comes into the email. So we might want to just drag and drop the files in there. If you notice that all my files there, I've got copies of a new apartment that I've been doing some work for, and I'm just grabbing the pictures from that. Sorry about that file names, but I can just pile it up and I can say, what is that? That's actually the invoice for whatever, and this special thing. We can keep track of that, and we can just get them into the system. And maybe we actually get somebody to put them into the system, and might be somebody else comes along and goes, "Oh, I know what that is. I can invoice that." So it could be the reception staff load them up in as the invoices are received, and then the property manager will come along and code them later. It could be the property manager throws it into the system, and the accountant actually puts it in there. But we've got the flow there for you. And then to record the payment is relatively straightforward. I go in here to create the payment. Which bank account am I going to do it from? Because we support multiple bank accounts. And then I say, which supplier is it? And there's my approved payments. So I go, yeah, I made a payment on that. Thank you very much. Okay. Nice, simple purchasing module. It's the basics, but it's the principle of you're an OMC, you need request management, you need document management, you need to have a fixed asset register, you need to have receivables, payables, you need a little bit of everything. And this is the little bit of purchasing that you need to be able to get your accounts done properly. Thanks for watching. I hope it wasn't too boring for you. I know we're talking about accounts, but thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.